Morning, guys. How's it going? We're gonna try to do something different on the truck today. In the last video you saw that I put on the smaller alternator pulley and the smaller belt, 1-inch smaller belt. It turned out after driving to work it stretched out and broke in a little bit, and it is too wobbly. Check this out. I was getting some belt squeak because it's just so loose, and when I turned on the headlights, the electrical load actually made it squeak more. There you go. A little bit of a squeak there then. Yeah, so that's not good. That's very loose. What I'm going to try to do, instead of hunting up a belt like I did last time, trying to find this 80-inch took 2 days. So instead of doing that, I'm going to try to reclock the tensioner. Once again, my math I did in that last video on trying to find the belt said, what, 78.9, right? And this is a 79, which ends up being too big. Now, is a 1/10 of an inch what I'm looking for? Is that going to be correct? Probably not. Maybe 2/10 of an inch, but 5/10 was too small. So, but instead of hunting around for belts again, I am going to try to reclock the tensioner. I pulled this about this far to where it was right in the center of the two before it's actually started lifting up off of the belt again, and I start losing tension. But the tightest spot is right about here, where this would be perpendicular to these two pulleys. That's going to be the tightest position. So if I get down here, that's about like this right here. It's about right there. So yeah, just kind of eyeball it. But what I'm doing with this thing, that's a 15, and that's sitting there. Okay, so we got that set up, we got that set up right there, perfect. So I'm gonna move this until I see it where I like it, about perpendicular to the other two pulleys, which I need to reposition my grip. That looks about right. So we're gonna go whoop, just like that, and we're gonna take that reading, and that says, so we were at 1 degree. That says about what, 18.5 degrees. You're at 1 degree. We'll say 18 degrees. When I take this off, now this is barely under tension, so hopefully this won't hurt anything by yanking it off like this. Okay, so there's the locating hole there where this Allen head sat. Now, I guess I got two options. I could either drill a new hole 18 degrees over here, or I could drill a new hole on this 18 degrees over here and reinsert the Allen head. What do I want to modify? The part or the bracket? Okay, so I did something a little different. I wanted to be sure that I was just, past perpendicular. So I set up a couple of these squares. I got that big one on the pulley, so I've got my straight line, and then I use a smaller one behind it and clamped it right where this meets up with that hole, and then I clamped that to the back of the pump pulley, the water pump pulley. So I've got my line there. This is perpendicular to this line, this belt that it travels, the direction that travels. So now I'm gonna see if I can release this one and get this big one out of the way. Or yeah, I don't know, let's see. And I feel like, yeah, they're both in the way still. Okay, so I did it again with the angle finder using my new point of reference, which I determined was going to be this nub on the water pump, is where that smaller square landed. So going again to right there, I got about 19.5. I think it just moved in my hand a little bit. But I'm going to go straight to 20. Just because I wanted a little, you know, a little less than perpendicular. I don't want it binding up. I still want the tensioner to be able to do its job. So 1 degree past perpendicular keeps me in a good peace of mind, that knowing that, you know, any deflection from the belt is going to actually get pushed up against the spring tension and not against the lock or just straight up on the bolt. But a little 1 degree past perpendicular should, yeah, like I said, just give me peace of mind. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what I'm gonna go with. So now when I take this off, I've determined I'm gonna do 20 degrees. And I'll do the, I'll be the guinea pig for you guys, and if it works, then you guys will know 20 degrees is how you can do it. Take this off. And to be quite simple about it, I just need to move this locating hole 20 degrees that way and hope that everything else has clearance for that. So first I'm going to grab a pen. And take that off so we can get a little closer. And we put that right in the middle. Okay. So bring that back to 0. Okay. And if we, what if we did this? We found a 3/8 by 16 bolt to stick in there. Then I can use whatever socket I have to use to hold on to that, and then that'll basically hold this still for me. Give me just a sec. Whoa, I was way off on the size of that thing. That's not a 3/8. Alright, so I'm just going to put a nut and bolt through it. I'm not going to waste time trying to find something I probably don't have. that should be good right there, honestly. Yeah, that tightened up just from binding or whatever. So, here. Let's stick this back on there. Stick that on there. And by eyeballing it, let's see. If we're right on the hole there, it looks like, and right at 0 degrees there. We want to go 20. Yeah, that's right. So let's go 20 degrees. Okay. We're going to make a mark. Oh, that's not very far at all. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. We'll go. We'll go right there. And a line towards the bolt. We'll try to put a hole right there. I hope I don't blow out the wall going to the other hole, because it's very close. I'm going to see what the smallest drill bit I can get away with is. That'll work. Let's do another one. All right. You know what? That might be enough. If I don't have to go all the way through, of course, hand tightened it and I can't get it off now. Thing really did bind pretty good on there, didn't it? There we go. Just a kid, Cody. Don't kill it. Boom. That's in, went all the way in. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's see what happens when I put this bolt in. Oh my. All right. Tensioner relocated. I hope that's enough. It looks sweet though, right? Looks like it might actually serve a purpose. Now the question is it still that loose? Does my belt still squeak? I didn't think that through. Damn it. There's not even room for this towel to get out of there. Gotcha. It's okay. It might have all seemed a little pointless to put the towel there now, but so God made air compressors for it. Alright. Let's see if the camera falls when I go to start it up. It probably shouldn't. Yeah, it's rolling. I wasn't sure that thing was spinning at first. But you know what this does is it changes the angle just a hair by pushing down on it like that a little more. So I got slightly more coverage on the pulley there and there. Not that that one really matters, but that does matter, having more coverage there. That's awesome. And it doesn't flop around as much. That might be enough to work. So I duplicated this clip to give you guys a before and after. This is the before with the squares set up. And this is the after. I don't have the camera angles quite right, but you can see there that I'm about right on. I might have maybe wanted to go another couple degrees. That's probably because I drilled the hole in the wrong spot. That wasn't completely accurate, finding that hole. Alright, yeah, I can still tell it's a little loose. Man, I might want to go that 0.1 now. Let's see. I got voltage. Turn the headlights on. Still got voltage. That's good. See, last time I turned all this stuff on and I think it was slipping so much that I lost a lot of voltage when they got the load put on it. The belt wouldn't grab it and spin it anymore. So let's turn some more stuff on here. Voltage is good. See, now that kind of voltage drop looks normal. Right, just a hair. I got lights on. I got fans on. Radio on, nothing happened. I think my problem's solved, at least until this belt stretches a little more. Well, I like it. I'm stoked. You know, it's taken a couple videos, some trial and error, you know, some experimenting, but I think it's working out. I think it's legit, you know. I've got a tensioner that works. I've got, you know, the pulleys I wanted, all the aluminum pulleys instead of stamped steel. And so I think I've accomplished my mission as far as this front end pulley system goes. You know, I didn't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on a kit. I think I just spent, I don't know, I want to say $75 or something for this 3-piece kit, and then it was actually another $21 to get the correct one that I wanted for the alternator. And then, you know, $20 there, and what I think $40 there. So where are we at? We'll say 80, 100, 120, 160, plus a belt, which is I think 20 to 30. So, you know, and a little bit of work reclocking that, and it works. It's great. Like, you could still hook your fan to that if you want. If you still had your fan, you could still do that, right? But I think for the meantime, mission accomplished. The next step, the next thing though, is going to electric water pump, and then of course that's going to get rid of that big center pulley, and at that point I'm going to have a whole bunch more work to do to try to figure out how to make this pulley system again. You know, I just don't think, I don't know what to do about it. Might have to do something crazy. I don't know, like maybe weld in a tensioner that sits somewhere around this area just so I can keep the belt doing this kind of thing. But instead of over the water pump, it'll be like more like right here in between these two pulleys. It doesn't have to be way up in here where the water pump is. It can be down here, more in between them. Yeah, but I would need some sort of idler pulley there, I would think. I'd have to put an idler pulley somewhere if I get rid of that water pump. That'll be fun, but that would be, you know, getting the electric water pump would be, again, just to free up parasitic drag. Because I've got the 305, right? And I'm working on a budget, like most of us. And we're always trying to squeeze out a little bit here and there, wherever we can. Trying to find the cheap swaps. Yeah, I'm excited about that for sure. Mission accomplished. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Still waiting on parts for the quad. Hopefully that will be here today. I'm hoping, but maybe tomorrow or the next day. Showed you guys the halos, huh? Need to do the conversion where both headlights come on when you hit the high beams, because I hate that. You know, when you hit the high beams, the low beams turn off. But thanks for watching. See you next time.